There's a hidden trail in Pennsylvania, one that winds through the heart of our communities yet remains unseen by many. It's a path not found on any map, a journey marked by struggle and resilience. This is a path of hardship, walked by thousands who've lost their homes, their stability, and sometimes their hope. These individuals are not strangers, they are our neighbors, friends, and sometimes even our own family members. The crisis is growing at an alarming rate, and every day more people find themselves without a safe place to sleep, without a roof over their heads. This isn't a distant problem, it's right here in our towns and cities, affecting the very fabric of our communities. Tents appear in unexpected places, under bridges, in parks, and on sidewalks, and people carry their entire lives in a single backpack, moving from place to place in search of safety. The numbers don't show the fear in a parent's eyes, the anxiety of not knowing where their child will sleep tonight, or the chill of a night spent on a park bench, exposed to the elements. This is survival, not in the wild, but in our own backyard, amidst the places we call home. The skills needed are about finding hope and strength when everything feels lost, about holding on to dignity in the face of adversity. The people facing this are incredibly resilient, showing strength and courage every day, but even the strongest among us need a helping hand, a gesture of kindness, a sign that they are not alone. Pennsylvania is a place of rich history and strong communities, a place where people come together in times of need, but it is also a place where a hidden crisis is unfolding, one that demands our attention and action. This story shines a light on that crisis, why it's happening, what it feels like to those living it, and how we, as a community, can act to make a difference, to change the narrative. We must face this problem with compassion and determination, with a commitment to change. The journey is difficult, but together we can navigate this terrain, finding solutions and offering support. Ignoring it is no longer an option. The signs are all around us, urging us to act. The time to act is now, to stand up and be counted, to make our voices heard. Let's look at the faces behind the numbers, the stories behind the statistics, and let's find the courage to make a difference, to extend a hand, and to build a future where everyone has a place to call home. Why are so many losing their homes? It's not about weakness, it's about instability and how quickly life can change for anyone. The reasons are often hidden beneath the surface, far more complicated than they first appear. Imagine climbing a steep hill, only to find the ground crumbling beneath your feet with every step you take. That's the reality many families face every day. Uncertainty and fear about what tomorrow might bring. The cost of housing keeps rising, outpacing paychecks and making it harder for families to keep up no matter how hard they work. One unexpected event, a car breaking down, a sudden illness, or an accident, can push someone over the edge, turning a stable life upside down in an instant. It's a domino effect. Job loss leads to savings running out, and soon families are forced to make impossible choices between paying for food or rent, medicine or electricity. This isn't about making bad choices, but about running out of good options. Sometimes there simply aren't any left. The safety nets meant to catch people often aren't strong enough, leaving many to fall through the cracks. And it's not just about money. Many are battling trauma, mental health challenges, or addiction, making daily life a constant struggle just to get by. Navigating this world is like wandering a dark forest without a compass, feeling lost and alone, unsure where to turn for help. These individuals need support, compassion, and understanding, not judgment or blame. Bad luck can strike anyone. A fire, a family crisis, or a landlord selling the building can leave people with nowhere to go, no matter how careful they've been. We all like to think we're on solid ground, but for many, that ground is already crumbling beneath them, and it can happen faster than we realize. Understanding these reasons is the first step to empathy. When we listen, we begin to see the real stories behind the statistics. Homelessness isn't a choice. It's the end of a long, hard road filled with obstacles most of us never have to face. Anyone can find themselves here. Homelessness doesn't discriminate. It can happen to people of any age, background, or circumstance. The roots of homelessness are complex and tangled, but the solution always starts with understanding and a willingness to help. We must see the people, not just the problem, replace judgment with empathy, and remember that every person has a story worth hearing. Only then can we begin to help, and only together can we build a stronger, more compassionate community for everyone. Travel opens your eyes, not just to beauty, but to struggle. In Pennsylvania, visitors see people sleeping in train stations and parks, not just historic landmarks. It's a stark contrast to postcard images. This visible struggle is a powerful reminder of a problem we haven't solved. For locals, it's a daily, heartbreaking sight. People try to maintain dignity in the hardest circumstances. It's hard to walk past someone shivering in the cold and do nothing. The community feels helpless, unsure how to help. The energy of public spaces is dampened by visible despair. This isn't about blame, it's about acknowledging what we see. Sometimes, a traveler's fresh eyes remind us this isn't normal. The visibility of homelessness is a call to action. Our environment is telling us something is wrong. We need to stop, look, and listen. The story is unfolding on the streets we all walk. Will we pay attention? To truly understand this crisis, we must listen to the stories of those living it every day. These are not just statistics or headlines, they are real lives unfolding in the heart of Pennsylvania. Take Sarah, for example. She's been a waitress for 20 years, serving coffee and smiles to regulars who became like family. But when the local diner closed its doors, she lost not just her job, but her sense of belonging. Now, Sarah's car is her last possession and only shelter. Each night she parks in a different spot, hoping for safety and a little peace. She wakes before dawn, her body still tuned to the rhythm of a shift that no longer exists, clinging to routine in a world turned upside down. Then there's Mark. He aged out of foster care at 18, carrying dreams of becoming a mechanic. But without a permanent address, even filling out job applications becomes a challenge. Mark spends his days in the public library, searching for opportunities online, and his nights wandering the city, always searching for a safe place to rest. He's smart, resourceful, and determined. But the weight of fighting alone is heavy, and hope can feel distant. A mother and her 2 children lost their home after the sudden passing of their father. Grief and uncertainty became their new reality. She works part-time at a grocery store, stretching every dollar, but it's never quite enough to cover rent and food. Her children do their homework on the shelter floor, and at night, she reads them bedtime stories, her voice rising above the noise to bring comfort and hope. Through it all, her love and resilience are her greatest survival tools, holding her family together in the face of hardship. These stories echo across Pennsylvania, from bustling cities to quiet towns, touching people from every walk of life. They are stories of good people, our neighbors, friends, and family, facing impossible odds with courage and dignity. Homelessness is not a distant problem. It can happen to anyone at any time, regardless of background or circumstance. It's not just a statistic or a policy issue, it's a deeply human problem that affects us all. These are not faceless, homeless people. They are Sarah, Mark, and countless others, each with their own story. Each person has a name, a past filled with memories, and a dream for a better future. Their stories deserve to be heard, not just by a few, but by all of us. When we take the time to listen, we begin to truly understand the depth of this crisis. And when we understand, our hearts open. We begin to care, to empathize, to want to help. And when we care, we are moved to act, to make a difference, and to help rewrite these stories of survival into stories of hope. When part of a community is hurting, everyone feels it. Homelessness ripples out, children struggle in school, parents carry constant stress, local businesses and emergency services are stretched thin, the system strains under pressure, and our collective spirit suffers. We start to see us and them, but we're all one community. The strength of a community is measured by how it treats its most vulnerable. This crisis tests our values. It can inspire us to get involved, volunteer, donate, and demand better solutions. The weight we feel can become our strength if we carry it together. We all have a role to play. Together we can lift each other up. Even in the darkest storms, there are beacons of light. Across Pennsylvania, shelters and organizations provide more than a bed. They offer hope. Hot meals, warm showers, and a safe space can be life-changing. Staff and volunteers help people get IDs, apply for jobs, and access health care. They fix broken rungs on the ladder so people can climb again. These programs run on limited resources and need our support. They are the first responders in this crisis, but they can't do it alone. Despite challenges, they create miracles, job offers, families reunited with a home. These victories prove recovery is possible. Shelters are engines of hope, not just buildings. They remind us that no one is a lost cause. Compassion fuels change. Even in tough terrain, a path to safety can be found. You don't need to be an expert to help. Small actions make a big difference. A smile, a hello, or a kind word can break through isolation. Carrying a bottle of water, new socks, or a granola bar can offer relief. Offer help with respect. Ask if it's wanted. Educate yourself and others about the real reasons behind homelessness. Share stories, challenge stereotypes, and change the conversation. Support local shelters and outreach programs. They know what's needed most. Volunteer your time, organize a drive, or make a small donation. Every little bit helps build a stronger, safer community. You don't have to lead the expedition, but you can be part of the support crew. Kindness is contagious. When we act, others follow. Together we create change. Simple acts matter. Everyone can help. Start today. What's the long-term plan? We must prevent homelessness before it starts. Affordable housing is key. When homes are within reach, lives are stable. We need stronger support systems, mental health care, addiction treatment, and help for those leaving foster care or facing crisis. A strong safety net is a lifeline, not a handout. Collaboration is essential. Government, nonprofits, businesses, and community members must work together. Share information, combine resources, and find creative solutions. Progress is possible, but it takes commitment. Every person who finds a home is a victory. The journey is long, but hope keeps us moving. We must keep pushing forward, step by step. The view from the top, a community where no one is left behind, is worth the climb. Let's build that future together. The time to start is now. We've traveled far on this journey of understanding. We've seen the crisis, heard the stories, and explored the paths forward. Now, we stand at a crossroads. We can turn away, or we can answer the call of our shared humanity. If you saw someone fall on a trail, you'd stop and help. This is no different. Our neighbors have fallen, and we can't just walk by. Helping each other is the core of community. This isn't about politics or blame. It's about people. Every person has worth and dignity. Choose hope over despair, action over apathy. Our capacity for kindness is greater than the challenge. We have the tools, knowledge, and heart to make a difference. Start with one small act, a kind word, a bottle of water, a donation, a conversation. Be the person who stops on the trail. Together, we can turn the tide. We can build a Pennsylvania where hardship ends and a safe home begins for everyone. The journey is ours to share. Let's get to work.